Howdy y'all, welcome back. So I'm out here in the van. I'm currently at a truck stop. I pulled in to get gas and all the pumps are full, so I figured I'd stop and grab me some lunch. I got a little bacon, egg, and cheese taco. Looks like a tiny burrito, but we'll see what this is about. Just a little guy. Somebody's alarm's going off. So I'm out on a little bit of a wander. And I'm gonna head to this little town called Harvard, and supposedly there's some tiny little like jail with a historical marker there that we're gonna check out. There we go. And we'll see what happens after that. I have my wood tote with me because they finally lifted the burn ban across the entire state. It's been in effect for quite a while. On the east side of the state, they had lifted it a while back, but a lot of the parks were still in burn bans even though the state lifted it, but they just finally lifted the statewide ban. But there are still some parks, I think, that are keeping a burn ban in effect, so we'll see where we end up tonight. But I do need to fuel up quick, but all the pumps were full when I pulled in here, so yeah, it's a really busy spot. Well, that was good. I got a cheese stick too. See if we can find ourselves an open pump. Can't give me a receipt. Gotta go inside and get a dang receipt. All right, got a receipt. Gotta have a receipt. Well, let's go see what this little historical thing's all about, y'all. Probably gonna take me an hour to get out of this drive here. Can't be pulling out in front of anybody in this thing because it's slow.
Turn left, then turn right. Take the next right, then your destination will be on the left.
I wonder if I can open the door on this place. Probably not. Maybe. It doesn't look like there's a lock on it. I think I can open that door. All right, so we are at the Harvard jail. And this tiny little building was a jail. It says, the jail was inadvertently sold to Robert Pickney, 16, in a delinquent tax sale in 1943. When the city refused to buy back the jail, sparking a legal battle that earned national publicity, Pickney put the jail up for auction at a West Coast war bonds drive. Charlie McCarthy, ventriloquist Edgar Bergen's puppet, bought the jail for $10,000 in war bonds and deeded it back to Harvard. Estimated to be over 130 years old, the jail was refurbished in 2008 and 2010. So this thing was purchased with war bonds by a ventriloquist's dummy named Charlie McCarthy. That's kind of wild, y'all. And it's just a little brick building. There's some windows with bars on them. Got another marker here. Oh, this is from different. Woodman Hall. This stone remains the pillar at the entrance of the Woodman Hall building. Must have been this, which has all been knocked over. Prior to the building demolition in late 1983, the building was used by the Harvard Police Department, started in 1965. So this must have been like part of another building at one point. Maybe it was inside of it. But yeah, you can see the little windows with bars on them. Well, let's see if we can open this front door. This is neat. Oh, you can open it, but the inside's locked up. It's full of Christmas decorations. Wonder if this like is town decorations or something, but can you see if I can stick the camera in there a little better. There we go. What else? Yeah, there's just wooden, it's a wooden cell back there. You can see the bars on the windows over there. Don't want to drop my camera in there, but there we go. Yeah, that's kind of neat. It's cool that they even actually let you open this door up. They could definitely keep this locked, but there might be somebody that comes around and locks this up after every day. I don't know. City of Harvard. Yeah, that's it. It's cool that it's still standing here, and it's neat that they're using it for storage or whatnot. The town's, I mean, there's some old buildings over here. Check out that sweet old RV. Yeah, that's cool. Shot with the van. All right, well, I guess let's see if we can go find a spot to camp. There's a few places around here. Yeah, that old RV is pretty sweet. It's actually in fairly good condition.
Take the next right onto West Oak Street, then turn right onto North Clay Avenue. Turn right onto North Clay Avenue.
Not a whole lot here in town. Buildings have definitely seen better days.
In a quarter mile,
guys see all those bumps? It's just grass on the back. All of those things, and there's probably a mile of them here, where I believe they were all ammunition bunkers, like circa World War II. I'm not exactly sure. It's all on private property, and I don't think there's any kind of historical marker around here to check out, but I've driven by it multiple times. At some point I feel like I need to see if I can find a way in there. It'd be really cool to get in one. Yeah. Oh no, there is a historical marker. There's a sign for it. All right, we're gonna see marker number 2, I guess, if I can get through this road. I have no idea where it would be. Unless it was on the highway out there, but I don't think so. Yeah, there's like ventilation shafts on the top of each one of them. Private road. That's a business. Here's one that's obviously much closer, so this is the back side of it, but you can see all the ventilation shafts. Maybe we'll be able to see the front of it. I don't see any kind of historical marker over here. Looks like they're using that one, but there's just rows and rows of them out here. Private road, private road. Yeah, I'm not, ooh, it's bumpy. I'm not seeing any kind of marker out here. But I'd love to get in one of these things. These are different. These are like round humps over here. Bunker Hill. Private property, no trespassing. Like, they're all just, I believe they're all ammunition bunkers. They're even that way, dude, just rows and rows of them. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. This is just outside of Hastings, Nebraska. Yeah, all these things say private. It'd be cool if they had like at least one open. This one say private? This is a private road over here, but here's the front of one of them. These are different than the old ones, but there's just rows and rows of them over here. I'm sure some of you, one of you down in the comments can probably tell me what these are. I think it's from World War II era. But they're as far as you can see. All right, well, historical marker that I could find. It may have been farther down the road, but it was right in front of that turnoff, so I assumed it was there. I guess I'll let you go. I guess I'll let you know if I find one. All right, well, I found a spot at a super busy campground. It is what it is, but I found a spot off to the edge that didn't have many people. It's going on a Memorial Day weekend, so this place is completely packed. But luckily I've got myself a nice little spot, and the trees kind of block everybody, so but there's campers all out here around me. I gotta get registered, but we're chilling. We've got a fire pit, so we'll probably have ourselves a fire tonight. It's getting full of tree junk. All right. Well, I don't know how much I'll even be able to film outside because they've got music going next door. Right now, my saving grace is the fact that it's windy, but that may not last very long. So we'll see what ends up happening tonight. Give you a quick weather check. 67. It says there's a chance of thunderstorms, but I was pretty much running away from them the whole way here, so I don't know if we'll get anything here. Low of 45 tonight, so it's going to be nice. Get all these little bits off the trees in here. It's all right. I never did find the historical marker, but I ended up turning on this road that was federal property. They had signs on both sides. I should have grabbed the camera, but it said it was the U.S. Meat Animal Research Facility, and I believe they were using some of those bunkers as part of the research facility, and there was all sorts of different styles of them out there. But yeah, bummer that this spot is so full, but there's really nowhere else around here. Although I think anywhere I go, it might be the same way. Alrighty, y'all, I was kind of looking through some comments while I was sitting in here, and I don't know if we'll be able to even hang out tonight because of the music. Although did they just shut it off? They may have just shut it off. We'll see. And there's more people showing up. This place is super, super busy. But I got a question from Kiddo Brewing, and he asked, is that rain? Attention span. And he asked about the sliding windows on here and how to put the screens in. So I guess I'll show you that. Hopefully you check out the video. These little windows, and it's just like your screen windows, like on a screen door. There's a little indent here, down here, and then it's on the bottom also, but it's behind this plastic trim. You can remove all of this. So you need to, there's a little rubber strip that gets pushed in there. You just stretch the screen out, push that rubber strip in, and then you trim off the excess. And the music has started again, and it goes all the way around. There's a tool that they make that just rolls that in there, but it's just like a long rubber rope. So hopefully that helps you out. All three of those windows are the same way. Yeah, I think we're just going to be stuck chilling inside, because if I film out there, I'll probably get the video demonetized because of the music. So it's kind of a bummer, but that's what happens at these busy campgrounds. It's about 6 o'clock already, so I'm going to go ahead and grab some food. For this one, I brought along an MRE. If you saw the last live stream, I received a few different MREs in the P.O. box, and I brought one of those to try. So we've got a Humanitarian daily ration, food gift from the people of the United States of America. This bag contains 1 day's complete food requirements for one person. So this may actually have some breakfast in it for tomorrow morning. The Warnick Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. So this is like a UN meal, I believe. But it's an MRE and it should be completely full of food. I have no idea. Most of the time, like US military MREs will tell you what's in the packaging. It says like meal number 2 or something like that on them, but this doesn't say anything about what's inside of it. So I'm curious what it actually is. I suppose I can open this window back up just to get a little bit more light in here. All right. I'll just go through it. Lentil stew. There's a lot of stuff in here. Peanut butter. This is probably like some crackers. Shortbread cookie. Fig bar. Got another big one in here. Pasta with tomato sauce. That might be tonight's dinner. I imagine there's got to be a cooking packet in here. Seems like the silverware is stuck in there. Sealed into the bottom of the bag. There's a thing of silverware. Strawberry jam, so you can have a peanut butter and jelly. There's cooking instructions for the lentil stew and the pasta sauce. Crackers, 2 packages of crackers. And strawberry toaster pastries. So these are going to be like Pop-Tarts probably. So we've got breakfast. Yeah, and crackers, a bunch of crackers. But there's no heating packet for these. Normally in like an MRE, you get this heating packet that you just add some water to and it'll get hot. Humanitarian daily ration, food gift from the people of the United States of America. Yeah, it says right on the bottom, look at that. And it tells you what's in all of this stuff. This is weird. It's like how to eat it. But I imagine some of the people that they're giving this to probably don't speak English. So who knows? Yeah. Really surprised that there's no way to heat these up. And I suppose I could heat up some water maybe and like boil it in my jet boil. But I don't know if this will fit inside of... Oh, I don't even have my jet boil with me. I didn't bring a jet boil. And I don't have... I've got a small pot, but my battery is about dead. So we're just going to be eating this raw and seeing what it tastes like. We'll probably try some of these crackers and the peanut butter and jelly too. But I'm curious about the lentil stew. So it'd be lunch, dinner, and then you have a breakfast and a couple of snacks in between. Normally there's like hot sauce with these too, but I don't think so. You just get a spoon. Napkin. 2 sugar packets. a salt and pepper packet. Oh, 4 sugar packets. Let's see. A book of matches, I guess, if you want to light a fire. Some crushed red pepper, and a little wet wipe. So I guess we can have pasta with crushed red pepper. Hopefully you guys can't hear that music in here. Now what do? Do we do the lentil stew or the pasta with tomato sauce? Yeah, really surprised that there's no way to heat this up. And I don't have any way to cook with me other than, no, I don't even have my hot plate with me. I fully expected there to be a heating packet in here. That's kind of a bummer, but we'll give it a whirl. Like, what do? You just got to eat what you got. It opens sideways. And there's usually a drink mix. There's no drink mix in this. So it definitely is a bit different than a US MRE. I mean, it doesn't smell bad, but it definitely does not look amazing. We're gonna put some crushed red pepper on this. Go ahead and just use the whole packet. Mix that up a bit. Yeah, I didn't bring any of that stuff to cook with because I expected this to have everything necessary. It's really surprising that there's no heater packet. But it is what it is. All right, here goes nothing. This definitely looks a little off. It's not terrible. That red pepper definitely gives it a bit of spice, but it would be much better warmed up. But they call it an MRE, a meal ready to eat, for a reason. I guess it's somewhat fitting with all those bunkers that we saw today. I think we're going to try that lentil stew also, just because this is a fairly small portion. And this also doesn't have a date on it. I guess maybe this number 2 on there is like signifying is the significance of the meal, but normally it says on there, and yeah, normally there's a date. This doesn't really have any date that I can see. Nothing that I can tell like when an expiration date would be. We'll find out if I get sick. Well, for being room temperature pasta, I can't complain. I've eaten worse camp meals. You know, really, it's not any different than like a mountain house meal would be. Those you got to heat up though and put boiling water in them, but all in all, it probably tasted about the same. Although it has been a while since I've had one of those. Now trash bags, that's got dirty rags in it from when I washed the van. I forgot to take those out of there. I guess I can put the, although I want to save that to put my leftovers in. I gotta grab a drink. All right, let's see what this lentil stew is about. I can't say I've ever even had lentil stew before. I wonder if they do that because then there's no meat. Like if I'm sure some of these countries it's like a vegetarian diet. Lentils, beans, tomato paste. That sounds about it. That's probably why, because nothing else has meat in it. It doesn't smell bad. It looks about as appetizing as the other one did. Can you see that? It's a little dark up there in the corner. Now I feel like I should have saved half of my red peppers. Yeah, this is just beans. Yeah, this would be your vegetarian option. It's not terrible. It's definitely not as good as the other one. Let's see. We're gonna put some pepper in this one. That's all we got. I don't think it needs salt. Definitely makes it a little bit better. Started sprinkling for a minute there. It was all blue skies. How's my fro looking? Yeah, I would say the other one was definitely better than this. Well, could have definitely been worse. That's for sure. I think I already said that. But if worse comes to worse, that's definitely better than nothing. Well, we've got some snacks for later. I for sure thought one of these would be a drink mix. We've got a cookie for dessert. We've got breakfast. Got plenty of food. Put my leftovers in my bag. How's it going?
Dude, I gotta stop and say hi, man. I've seen all your videos.
Watch content?
Yep.
Thanks for watching.
All that stuff. That's great.
Thank you. I just
Seen a lot of things I didn't realize were even around here.
hated MRE. Yeah, this is a nice park. Yeah, I'm surprised how busy it is, but with
Oh, this is nothing.
this is normal.
Usually it's just wall to wall here on the holidays.
Well, I assumed it was because of the holiday.
Well, yeah, but the weather's not supposed to be very nice this weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're you probably wouldn't have a place
Yeah.
by now. Yeah,
Well, I was lucky I got here before they did with that camper, that truck camper, and I figured they would have probably taken this spot, but I pulled
no
in right
electricity,
before them.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it tonight, so.
Man, I don't even know your real name. Then
Mike.
Mike.
What's yours?
Dan.
Dan. Nice
Dan.
to meet you, Dan. You're on video, so you might
well,
make it into the video.
Oh, that'd be great.
I appreciate
See
it.
a lot of things that didn't know really were out here.
Oh yeah, there's stuff everywhere in Nebraska.
Oh, there is.
So today I went, have you been to the town of Harvard?
Oh, yeah. I grew up more over in that area.
I went and saw that Harvard jail today.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. So are all those buildings, was that all like World War II ammunition depot stuff, do you know?
Up through the...
Like southeast of Hastings?
The Mark, yeah.
Yeah.
That's all the research center now. Yeah, that was all the igloos where they stored all the munitions they built in World War II and on.
That's what I thought. I saw a sign for a historical marker, but I couldn't find the marker anywhere.
Yeah.
It explained
I think Veterans Day they do a tour, take a bus around out through there and see it all. And
that would be cool, because I'd love to check out one of those.
Yeah, that's a really neat place. The old tech school there in Hastings, or just east of Hastings, that was the headquarters for all of it.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Huh. Yeah, I've driven by that so many times, and I figured that's what it was, but I didn't. I drove through there hoping there'd be something open or somebody I could stop and talk to, but like everything is private road. Don't drive down it. Don't do this.
They had a lot of trouble with the tree huggers down in there, so yeah, they've closed all off. You go out there and start poking around now, you're probably gonna have Homeland Security on you.
I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, one of those roads I turned down, there was those big signs that said like you're on federal property now and all of that stuff.
Used to be it wasn't so closed off. No. My father-in-law worked there since the place opened, and he just retired, so yeah, it's a big place. Yeah,
it's cool. There's once I got off the highway and kind of like I drove through Glenville and back in that area, there was way more back there than I expected. Like,
oh yeah, it's huge.
It's a huge facility, and they're all different sizes. Like I thought it was just those big ones that were out by the highway, but
yeah, that's where they carried them out, and they had the storages all through the back country there, and yeah, the munitions, they actually build them. They're kind of towards the south side. I don't know if you noticed that, and an elevator. That's all it is an elevator over there.
That's what
there was two of the munitions plants right there, and one of them blew up. And
no shit.
Yeah.
I bet that was a big explosion.
Yeah, they vaporized a few people.
Wow.
There was a farmer about a mile away that got killed by concrete flying around.
Holy shit. Huh. Yeah, it's kind of a bummer they don't have one like set up and open to the public that you know is like a historical thing. But
well, there's that tour. I guess I don't know how much they cover of it. But
well,
I just had to stop and say hi. I joked when we were coming around the corner. That looks like the CrazyQuady's van. Holy shit, that's a 6-county place.
Yeah, yeah.
All right. Well, I'm surprised we're not getting yelled at yet. She's getting bored.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Right, no problem, man.
I really appreciate that you watching
I do enjoy meeting you. And
thank you.
Get your next video.
Thank you.
All right.
There'll be a truck one on Thursday, and then this one should come out on Sunday.
All right. I'll look forward to it.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thanks. Well, it happens fairly often, especially at busy campgrounds and on a busy weekend like this. Yeah, it's not surprised that I ran into somebody, but it's always cool to talk to the locals. And obviously he was able to tell me exactly what that place was. I thought it was World War II, and it was. It's crazy to hear that they had an explosion out there and vaporized people. But yeah, like I've said before, if you see me out at camp, don't hesitate to stop and give me a holler. But, all right, I guess I'm just gonna relax. Did they turn their music off? No, they didn't. Yeah, bummer that we can't hang out. I mean, I could start a fire, but I'd have to play music over the background of it anyways, so I couldn't even stand out there and talk to you with the music going. Is what it is. I'll probably just get changed and get myself a movie going, get myself to bed at a reasonable hour today. I mean, it's already 7 o'clock, but it's getting summer, so it's light later. It's so weird. I guess not, I shouldn't say so weird, but it's definitely weird to be at a campground where there's so much noise. Because most of the time I'm able to find spots that are empty, but music, the kids, I mean, I can't say anything. I didn't expect it to be empty because we're going into Memorial Day weekend, but it's only, what is today? It's only Wednesday, so I didn't really expect there to be that many people here, but man, there's probably been like 4 more campers that showed up. I'll show you how busy it is tomorrow as we drive out of here, but I bet there's 25 campers here at least. I'm gonna watch the movie Passengers that's on Amazon. It's from 2016. It was nominated for a couple of different Oscars. It's got Jennifer Lawrence and Chris Pratt. I think they're both great actors. They're in a high-stakes adventure about 2 passengers, Jim and Aurora, on board a spaceship transporting them to a new life on another planet. The trip takes a deadly turn when their hibernation pods mysteriously wake them 90 years before they reach their destination. As they try to unravel the mystery behind the malfunction, they begin to fall for each other. So I guess it's a romance. No, it just says, yeah, science fiction romance. Passionate, strange, and exciting. I did pick up another like camp blanket. I don't know if I'll use it tonight, and I got it. Its design kind of looks like that, but it's way more green than it is blue. I thought it was blue, so I'm gonna try to find something better that could be used in the truck though. Oh, y'all, great flick. I've seen that before. I didn't think I'd watch it, but I have seen it before. For some reason, I was thinking about, I swear there's another movie that's almost the same thing that's got like Mila Kunis in it. I don't know. I'll shut that guy off. It's a pretty nice sunset out there. It turned all pink for a while. Dang old bugs in here because I left my doors open for too long. Well, we gotta try one of our things for dessert though. We go with the cookie. What is it? Shortbread cookie. There's a fig bar. I'd say cookie. We might end up eating both of them. Yeah, all it says is shortbread cookie. Was that like a, almost smells like a snickerdoodle kind of thing. I haven't had a snickerdoodle in a while. That's something I should learn how to make. My grandma always made the best snickerdoodle cookies. All right, let's see what this is. Oh, it's in bunch pieces, of course. Maybe it's like a sugar cookie. It's not bad. I expect it to be a little sweeter. Like, there's no like sugar or anything on top of it. But I can dig that. I gotta take my pills. Yeah, not a bad cookie. It's just not as sweet as you would expect something to be. Suppose I could put a little bit of jelly on it, maybe. strawberry jam on our cookie. I think I could probably do that and not use the whole thing. Save some of it for in the morning. Well, we might have to use all of it, because I'm going to have to open it up a little bit better. This is actually kind of chunky. Guess it is jam and not jelly. That's not the most appetizing looking stuff I've ever seen. It's pretty much like brown. Can you guys see that? Oh, crumbs on my floor. Yeah, it's like brown. There's a few more bugs in here than I thought. That's like a hint of strawberry flavor to that, but it's good. Suppose I gotta try the fig bar too, right? Gotta try everything. Except maybe the crackers. I don't know if that's super important. That's a incredibly mushed fig Newton. Let's see if it tastes like a fig Newton. And that straight up tastes like a fig Newton, which I haven't had those in a long time. Yeah, that got a little bit smushed, but it's still tasty. Well, so far for what it is, I think it's decent. I am still a little bit thrown off by the fact that they don't give you anything to heat the food up with, but I guess you have to have water, and you might not have access to a lot of water. But I would assume if they're giving them this, they're giving them a water ration too. I made a mess. I have to vacuum the van out again. Just gonna have to vacuum it out. Well, that's not bad for a snack. And dinner did fill me up for what it was. But we still got a few things to try. So I'll have to give those a whirl in the morning. But for now, I'm just going to get crashed out. Got a spot that we'll probably check out on the way out of here in the morning. Alrighty, y'all, I'm gonna get crashed out. Should be enough blanket. It's only supposed to get down in the 40s, and of course that won't happen till early in the morning. It's 60 degrees out right now. I've had the doors open, so it's not exactly warm in here either. But shut this one off. I don't know if you guys will even be able to see me a little bit. Alrighty, y'all. Somebody asked how wide this bed is. I don't know the measurements off the top of my head, but I sleep diagonally on it, and either way, and it's long enough. Like, I'm stretched straight out now, and I'm almost, if I go, I'm not even at the bottom of the bed. See, I can lay straight across, but I tend to sleep diagonally on it, and most of the time I sleep curled up. I don't know if you guys can even see any of that, but yeah, it's not bad in here at all. I think the bed is perfectly wide enough, but I'll see you guys in the morning. Oh. Sun is blasting me right through that window. I should have closed the blind. Oh, curtains. Blinds, curtains. Oh, I gotta close that one. Oh, there we go. Oh, good morning, y'all. Oh. Beautiful night. It's not too chilly in here. It's definitely a little bit chilly though. See what the temperature is out there. I slept great. Those neighbors were up late with the music going. And it's not that I care about the music at all. It wasn't that loud, but if I film outside with the music going, YouTube will hit me with the copyright strike. I don't need that nonsense. It says it's 46 degrees out. But they were up late with the music going. Oh man. I suppose I get some coffee on and we can try our strawberry pastries. We got to try the peanut butter and crackers. We got to try everything in that thing. I suppose. Oh yeah, the sun is bright. Ooh. Did I even bring? Oh no, I have my power. I don't have any way to make coffee. I didn't bring my jet boil to heat up water, and I also didn't grab my little water heater thing. It's all in the truck. I don't have any way to make coffee this morning. Idiot. Sure, somebody's gonna say, you should make a list. I'll survive. It's fine that I don't have it, but we'll just have to stop and get some coffee on the way out. I guess. Yeah, it was stupid, but like I said, it doesn't matter. It's not that important. Food, water, and shelter is all you need. I got all of that. All right. Yeah, no hot water. I guess we could have a liquid death for breakfast. I think I still got a couple of those in here. Let's grab some coffee on the way out. Actually, cola. Don't need a cola. Got the lime one. That's better. Happy breakfast. We'll just do some crackers and peanut butter. I'll save the breakfast. What did they call it on here? Is that it? strawberry toaster pastries. We'll save those for when we get some coffee. We could do some crackers and peanut butter. These are just straight up. That's a big cracker. Don't need crackers all over my floor. They don't break on the dotted lines. Now, how nasty will this peanut butter be? Need packaging before opening. It's nice and cold. Made by Thermopack out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. I wonder who makes, like, I'm sure if you looked that up, they probably produce something that's also in the grocery store. I highly doubt there's companies out there that are just making stuff for these types of meals, you know. Like I've said, the MREs will come with a little bottle of Tabasco sauce. Ooh, I just ripped the whole side of it open. Sweet. Tastes like normal peanut butter. The crackers are very dry. They're not saltines. They're just a plain cracker. Now I'm going to go ahead and get changed. Get my jeans back on. And we'll get out of here. There's one spot I want to check out this morning. And we got to find ourselves some coffee. And I got a 2-hour drive. I think this video will be out on Sunday. So hopefully you guys had a good Memorial Day weekend. I guess you'll still have one day if you're in the United States anyways. For those of you outside of the US, I don't know what holidays you guys celebrate. I know there's quite a few of you watching from Australia. In fact, I just grabbed something from the P.O. box that came all the way from Australia. So I'm excited to see what that is. So we'll have that live out on the last day of the month. Live is always the last day of the month. And we should probably have a merch announcement probably right before that. So stay tuned for that nonsense. But I'm going to get changed and we'll hit the road, y'all. Should have just set it on the picnic table. It's covered in pollen or something now. All right. Alright, see if we can get out of here without nailing the trees. Yeah, those were my neighbors. There's this big driver, probably like a diesel pusher, and then the camper back there has the same like front of this van. It's like an old Chevy. Could be a GMC, I guess. But that whole line is full. There was a truck here last night. They left already. There's like 1, 2, 3 campsites that are open on this side between everyone. And then you've got all of these campers over here. But it is Memorial Day weekend, so I'm not super surprised. Oh, there's a sweet little scamp. You guys see that? I wouldn't mind having something like that. Just a little camper. Something that you could leave at a campsite and go screw around during the day. Yeah, there's a bunch of campers here. Because like at most of the Nebraska parks, your campsite has to be occupied while you have it. Like if you have the campsite taken, it has to be occupied. So you either, like if I were to want to leave during the day and keep the campsite, I would have to set up a tent to stay legal. So it'd be cool to have just a little trailer, and then the wife would actually probably want to go with me. She's not into the truck camping anymore, and she's definitely not into tents anymore. That's why we built the truck 10 years ago now. We did that in the end of 2015 for our 5-year anniversary. And more campers here, and like these guys have them all circled up. But it is what it is. This is probably one of the busier campgrounds I've stayed at, but you just got to get in where you can sometimes. Glad that I was in the van and not the truck. It's much more comfortable to be chilling in the van for that long. But alrighty, the spot we're gonna go check out is about 20 minutes away, so we'll go see about that, and then we'll find some coffee afterwards. When I pulled in here, there was an old VW van that had like parked out here. I thought about doing that. I wonder if he's still here. Nope, he's gone. Yeah, there's this one little spot. I don't even think it's a campsite. There's no fire pit, but there is a table. I wonder if it's like creek access or something. But yeah, there was an old VW like rough road, like I don't know if it's called a Vanagon or something. Some of these roads make this van sound like it's just gonna fall apart, but I know a lot of it is the curtain rods are rattly over stuff like that. But I cringe on a lot of these roads. Right into the sun. So we're heading into the tiny little town of Glenville, and there's another little tiny jail here. Lots of big trees, that's nice. It's about as small town as it gets. There's a giant flagpole right in the middle of the town square. I don't know if you guys can see that with the sun. Yeah, look at that big flagpole. Oh, that's cool. The old 7-Up advertising on the side of that building. Fresh up with 7-Up. Might have to pull over there for a picture. Here we go. It's right here. Just do a U-turn. This one doesn't look like it's open by any means. I don't think I'll be able to see anything inside of it. But it's a neat little building. I don't even think there's anywhere here I can get coffee. It looks like there's a gas. Oh, there's no gas pumps. Put my window down so I don't get locked out. So you've got the city jail. It says $18.99 on it. And then this was the fire hall, so they must have had like a little, probably a horse-drawn carriage in there. But this is all locked up. They don't have the door open. Check those bars out. No windows, just this window on the front, which, well, yeah, you can see in it. Oh, there's a window on this side. I don't think we'll be able to see anything in there. I can see in. I don't think you guys will be able to. Trying to see if there's like, yeah, there's a cell in the back. Let me see if I can like shove this camera through here. Maybe. Hold on, I gotta maybe take this off, although then I won't be able to hold on to it. Shove it in here and won't get it back out. No, I can't stick it in there. Let me, maybe if I grab my phone, my mic cover came off. Maybe if I grab my phone out of the van, that'll be able to get a shot. Yeah, I can see the cell in there. It's too bad I can't show it to you. Let's see what I can do with my phone. I don't think there's gonna be anybody around town that I'm gonna be able to ask to open it up for me. Let's see if I stick my fingers in there. Maybe if I zoom in on it, I think I'm just gonna get the reflections. Dang it. I can't fit my hands far enough through here. Oh, there we go, I got it. And hopefully I'll be able to get my hands out. All right, there we go. I got my hand shoved through here. Hopefully I can get my hand out. And you can see the cell and the cell door in there. So it's just a steel cage. All right, let's not lose our phone in here. Ouch. Oh, I'm stuck. All right, there we go. Well, cool little spot. You can see the insulators. They had electricity running into this thing at some point. I don't know if it would have been that way when they opened it up, but let's get a couple of pictures. And the fire hall is cool too. It'd be really cool if they had some of this stuff open, but I can understand in a spot like this that they wouldn't have any of this opened up. All right, I'm gonna go pull over to that Pepsi sign. I wanna get a picture of the van by that. And there's an old bell over here. Why don't we see if this bell has any writing on it before we head out? Oh, there's windows on the fire hall, but I doubt there's anything in it. Glenville Fire Bell, 1908. So this is what they would have rang if there was a fire around. And here's the new fire hall. Yeah, it's an old fire hall building. I assume there's probably nothing in here. Oh, there's an old fire truck in there. There's an old fire truck in there. Can you guys, yeah, you can see it just barely. The window's super dirty. It's dirty on the inside, but that's sweet. Maybe this is cleaner. Yep, Glenville Fire Department says on the door. This window's even dirtier. I can't tell what kind of truck that is, but that's cool to see that. Yeah, they've got their old fire truck in there. So I imagine on certain times they pull that out, like maybe for Memorial Day they'd open it up. So you can see they've got flags out on the road. Huh. Gotta say it every time, you never know what you're gonna find. All right, let's go get a picture with that 7-Up sign, just because it's neat. Tiny little post office there. Was it on this building? Yeah, it was. I don't know if I'm supposed to go around the flagpole. I just want a picture of it. Oh, look at that. Luke Goldstein, dry goods and groceries, hats, shoes, flour, established 1877. And then you got this, Glenville Antiques. It's an old brick building. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's get back in the van. I guess let's go find ourselves some coffee. Oh, looks like the next town over will have a gas station in it, right where I need to turn. Alrighty. Yeah, y'all, you got to get off the interstates, and you know, a lot of the roads were built to pass these little towns as like the highways came up and the interstates came up. These little towns that are off the side, they no longer, you know, just people didn't drive through them anymore, so they kind of deteriorated somewhat. But there's all these cool little things that you can come see. So don't be afraid to stop. And when I travel, railroad tracks, when I travel on Google Maps, you can go into the settings like and you can say avoid tolls, but you can also say to avoid highways. And so it'll keep you off the interstate and take you down a lot of these little 2-lane roads wherever you're at. Sometimes it makes you go down gravel and things like that. I really wish Google had a setting where it's like avoid all pavement. That would be really cool, and just take gravel everywhere. But yeah, you just gotta get off the main roads and check out these little towns, because everywhere you go, there's cool things to see. All right, let's go get some coffee.
Continue for 10 miles. Continue for 4 miles.
Like I got the last of them. All right, coffee acquired. Let's grab our Humanitarian meal. Got to see what these Pop-Tarts or toaster pastries or whatever they call them are all about. Strawbizzle for shizzle. In the tiny town of Clay Center, I believe. Oh, they're like straight up. It looks like Pop-Tarts. They're double wrapped. It is. It says Pop-Tarts right on it. Like I said, a lot of this stuff I feel like is just manufactured by the regular companies. These things are definitely smushed, but I guess they aren't too different because it's an actual Pop-Tart. But there we go. Don't know how long they've been in that package. Tastes just fine. I got the last of their coffee. Not too shabby. I wouldn't say they're the freshest Pop-Tarts in the world, but they still taste just fine. Yeah, you can buy, I don't know if you can get the Humanitarian meals on like eBay and Amazon, but you can buy regular MREs. And it's weird because a lot of them say like US government property, not for resale and stuff like that, but you can buy them all over the place. And considering their shelf life and what's all in them, it's not necessarily a bad thing to have on the shelf. I don't get too into like the prepping and doomsday scenario kind of nonsense, but it's never a bad idea to have something like that sitting around, because you don't know what could happen. But I think on that note, I'm just going to go ahead and close this one out. It was a fun trip. Saw lots of cool little stuff. A couple of jails. All of those bunkers. I really wish there was like a place to stop and take pictures and do that type of stuff with those, but it's all on federal property or private property. So I don't need to get hassled for doing something like that. But yeah, get out there and adventure. See what you can find in your own backyard. There is stuff everywhere to see. And thanks for Dan to stopping and talking to me last night. Like I said, if you see me out, don't hesitate to stop and chat me up. But as always, stay tuned for the next adventure. I'll see you in a bit.